Sunnies, today we will be making striped friendship bracelets, so make sure to stay tuned for this video. Make sure to subscribe because we will be posting every Saturday, so let's get right into the video. So to start these bracelets, you're going to need some embroidery thread, a measuring tape, scissors, and some tape. I recommend duct tape. And then I just took the peels off of my embroidery thread and measured it out. And then you are going to lay your tape measure out 50 inches wide. So you can measure your string out the right length. So basically all you do is you line the string up with how long the tape measure is, and then you will just cut it. So then after that, I folded my strings in half and then I cut off all the extra strings that were too long just to make this neater. You don't have to do this, but I just decided to do it. And then you're going to tie it like so, and this just helps you tie it off at the end when you finish your bracelet. And then you are just going to lay your strings on a flat surface and put a piece of tape to secure your bracelet down. And then we need to start separating the strands into the pattern that we want. So I wanted to do dark green, light green, pink, and then you will just repeat this pattern again. So dark green, light green, pink, dark green, light green, pink. So these are my colors, but you can do whichever colors you want and in whichever order you want, but just make sure that the two first colors align with each other so that it makes a pattern. After you figured out your colors, you're going to take the first string and then you're going to make a forward knot. So that makes a 4 shape, and then you're going to take the string and wrap it under, and then you're going to take that string and pull it up so it makes your first knot. Then you're going to do this twice on that string, and you don't want to forget this step because it could ruin your bracelet. And then I'm going to move on to the pink string, but this would be whatever your second string is, and you will just do the same, and don't forget to knot it twice because that is super, super important when doing this. And then guys, you are just going to continue knotting 4s all the way down until you reach the last string on the end. And then guys, we had just made a row of dark green color, or as my sister says, it's technically blue, but I think it's green. Then you are going to move on to the next string, which is going to make another row, and you are just going to repeat the same thing by making 2 forward knots all the way through all the strings. Okay, so this was it after a while of doing that pattern, and then you will just keep on doing that until you get the desired length of your wrist. Okay, so at this point I really like the length of my bracelet, so I took off the tape and I just made sure that it was a good length on my wrist. And for the next thing, you will need one of these buttons, which you can get off Amazon, or you could just use a regular button that you might have in your house. And then you are just going to tie a knot at the end of your bracelet. And then you are going to take one of your strings. I chose the light greenish bluish color, and you're going to thread the string up through one of the holes and down through the other, and then you can just pull on it to see how long you want your string to be. And then guys, you are just going to do 3 knots to secure the button in place. And then once you have made 3 knots, you are just going to trim the rest of the string off. And don't trim right up to the knots or else it'll come undone, but just leave a tiny little bit. And you are also going to trim the rest of the strings off of the bracelet. And then boom, your bracelet is finished.
Okay, so to use this button, you're just going to use the loop that you did at the beginning and the button that you tied at the end and loop it through that, and your bracelet is on your wrist. So there you go, your bracelet is done, and I think these look super cute.
To make a thicker bracelet, you would need 2 of each string instead of only 1. So there would be 6 strings in general, but since you fold them in half, it would actually equal to about 12 strings. So you'd have 4 greens, 4 dark pinks, and 4 light pinks.
And I really like how this thick bracelet looks on your wrist, but I recommend doing the thinner one just because it's easier to make. And this is how it looks on your wrist. They are super cute. I made a ton of these, so I definitely recommend trying these out. Bye guys, I hope you liked it. Don't forget to comment down below what we should do next. Bye, Sunnies. The sun is
officially going down.